Not a ton has really changed in education over the last 120 years. We shouldn't have just a math book. We should give real world problems and tell them to figure it out so that we're not telling them how to think, they're figuring it out how to think. We started when I was 3.5, and by the time I moved out and graduated from college when I was 22, I had 189 foster brothers and sisters. We had so many because we were an emergency foster home, so that meant that you could get them in the middle of the night, and they would just pile all their stuff into garbage bags and bring them. And I'd wake up in the morning and the bunk bed next to me would have a body in it, and I was wondering how old, and was it a girl, was it a boy? So we always had 5 foster kids and my sister and myself at all times. Yeah, it was the norm. And even if they would flip out, you know, I would always be curious why, and I'd ask later, and my mom would tell me, well, here's where they're coming from. I have lived with every color skin, saw some that were very religious and some that weren't. Had a foster sister who just had a baby. Like, there was a lot of lessons that I learned about life. But most of it was the compassion and the non-judgmental patience. Because I saw my mom be a mom to someone else's kids. And she'll say, no, your whole teacher thing is all because of you, it's not because of me. And I was like, no, if I didn't have that foundation, and really my students, I tell them, once you're on my roster, you're mine forever. And I got your back.
May is a family and consumer sciences teacher at Turner Middle School. Among the reasons she stood out was her subject matter.
We hear really consistently from young people is that what they want is to learn about the real world.
Her students love her class, but say it's really more about the connection Miss May makes with each one of them.
She's such a good teacher to everyone.
She just impacts my life, and she gives me, this just sounds weird, but she gives me a reason to come to school.
If I can't, whatever I'm teaching, it doesn't matter what content, if I can't bring it back to the real world, then I'm either teaching it wrong or I shouldn't be teaching it at all. These kids need our help, and we are making content more relevant than their self-care and their mental health.
Our mental well-being is really important to her, and she really checks in on us during the day, and she's just such a great teacher.
There has got to be a way to get rid of standardized testing. Right now, we're told that the reason why we have standardized testing is because that's how we get the numbers for us to write grants to get more money for certain programs. There has got to be a different way. When we don't really have an even playing field, when I have a student who has been in this country for 4 weeks and they still have to take the English 7th grade reading test, that there's no common sense to that. Why can't we have common sense? So if we have to keep standardized testing, let's get some common sense, and maybe you should talk to some of us that could really tell you the frustrations of it and listen to us. I am a person who is vulnerable with my students. I just want them to be successful in our community. I want them to be trustworthy and compassionate. And to see that they go through these struggles and you're just kind of like, ugh, I hope that one makes it. And then you see them later and they say, I should have listened to you. I traveled the hard path because I didn't listen to you, but I'm doing better and you made a difference in my life. And that's the teacher's paycheck, and that's priceless. They make me feel like a rock star. If I were to say, what do I get out of it? I get adrenaline rushes all the time because I live in Loveland and I will see them either in Berthoud or Loveland or Fort Collins. I mean, my kids make a bet every time we go out. Okay, how many do you think mom is gonna see? Former students, current students? You know, it's a game. No, it's amazing because we all take care of each other. It is a family feel. And sometimes people don't think that the workplace should feel like family, and I disagree.
Please join me in welcoming and celebrating Colorado's 2024 Colorado Teacher of the Year, Miss Jessica May.
We had a surprise assembly and everyone's like, what is it about? And so when I walked in with my kids, everybody from the district and the union and Channel 7 News and all these people are in the middle, all the kids are there. It was very emotional because I just kept saying to myself, I know this is what this is, but take it in, memorize this, and you're gonna have to talk, so at least don't be totally Jessica-tized and cry a lot, right? But it was very emotional just to hear the things that they said about me, and knowing that there are over 6,600 teachers in Colorado, and I was the first one in my school district to earn it. I was a product of this district. So to think about all of my awesome teachers and no one has ever won this for Thompson School District, that was heartbreaking. But then I was like so proud to be the first one. I feel like 100,000 grand, like the candy bar. I did not get here by myself. All of my mentors that I've had, all the teachers that I had growing up, admin that has helped me develop, the growing pains of everything, all of my colleagues that I've stolen ideas from. Like, this really is for them, because without them, I wouldn't be here. Nobody truly gets anything solo. They just don't. So I share this with all my colleagues and everyone who inspired me. And I want to be their voice. I want to make a ginormous tidal wave of a difference for everyone, because this isn't about me. It is about everybody else. And I know that I was put on this planet for this reason. Like, this is my calling, this is my purpose. And I'm just feisty enough to ask the questions and push things to the very edge of the cliff. And I'm here to rock the boat in a very professional way.
There are more than 60,000 teachers in Colorado who work tirelessly to educate and support our kids.
While many of them deserve big checks and awards, only one teacher can be honored each year as the Colorado Teacher of the Year.
How is it that you can be such a warm person that your kids, you tell them you love them, they told me they love you, and that you're such a fighter too? Yeah. Can you be both?
Yes. So they know I love them fiercely, but my expectations are really high, and I won't let them go below that.